Alright, we're gonna read some spooky books. Summerween. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna be talking about my Summerween TBR. Summerween is a readathon hosted by Olivia from Olivia Reads a Latte and Gabby from Gabby Reads. And it's a week-long readathon because we wish it was fall and spooky season, and it sounded like a ton of fun, and I really like reading thrillers. That's one genre that I like to read, although I prefer romance. I enjoy thrillers too. And so I just thought it would be a good time to get to some books that I've had on my shelves for a while. So here we go. They did 5 challenges, and I picked a book for each challenge because I'm extra like that. And I picked some that have been on my shelves for a while, and I did pick one ebook that just sort of randomly popped up as an ad for me. I've never even heard of it before, but I'm excited to get to it. So the first challenge is to read a book with a creepy cover. I decided to go with The Bone Witch by Rin Chipeco. I have heard Melanie from Mel to the Any love and just rave about this book. I know that she really, really loves it, and it has a skull and like spooky atmospheric background, so I decided to pick that for a book with a creepy cover. The second challenge is to read a paranormal or supernatural book, and I decided to go with Angel's Blood by Nailani Singh. I've heard this is amazing. I've heard all of her books are amazing. This is a book about a vampire hunter, right? A vampire hunter. I don't even know much about it, but I read the back cover, and I bought this because it was recommended to me from PNR Book Lover Reviews on Instagram. I'll link everybody that I mentioned down below in the description so you can check them out. This was recommended to me by her. I love paranormal romance. I haven't read it in a while. This is about a vampire hunter and archangel gone bad, so it's also an urban fantasy, and it's giving me big Crescent City House of Earth and Blood vibes, so I'm very excited for this one. The next challenge is to read a book with a haunted house in it. And I just read Riley Sager's Home Before Dark, which would have been perfect for this challenge, but I also have Lock Every Door by Riley Sager that I haven't read. I know that this is about an apartment that kind of ends up having like a mind of its own, not really. I know it's a creepy apartment. A house sitter has come to watch it. It sounds scary and spooky, and this came out right around the time when Ruth Ware's The Turn of the Key came out, which kind of had a similar premise, where it was like a spooky, creepy house that kind of had a mind of its own, seemingly, and the people had to figure out what was going on. So I read that one, really enjoyed it, but I didn't feel like reading another book about that same subject, so I just kind of left this on my shelf. So now is the perfect time to get to it. This would also apply to, there's another challenge, a few more down, a book recommended by the host. I know both Gabby, but especially Olivia, really, really loves this one. The next challenge is to read a book in the dark. And I decided to read a book on my Kindle for this because that's a good way to read in the dark because it already is lit up. And I'm going to read The Claw. I typically don't read much horror because it just scares me too much, but I also don't love a lot of blood and gore, and I know that horror covers more than just blood and gore, but I also don't really like people horror, like serial killers and things like that, but I love creature horror, like Jurassic Park, one of my favorite books ever. Into the Drowning Deep by Myra Grant is another one of my favorite books ever, and those were both creature horror that I loved, and I've been trying to find more books like that. So this popped up on Instagram as an ad. I think it's an independently published book, and it sounded like it was a blend of Jurassic Park meets Jaws, and I just thought that sounded like something I could totally get down with. So that's my book for reading in the dark. And the last challenge is a book recommended by the host. Even though I know Lock Every Door would count, I decided to be extra and pick a different book because I've been wanting to get to this too. The Guest List by Lucy Foley. All I really know about this is that they're on an island and mysterious things happen. But I know it's highly, highly recommended. I typically don't want to know a whole lot about thrillers going into them. If I see people that I respect their opinions on say that they love it, then I'm going to give it a shot. So I'm excited for this. I'm excited for all these books. that's it for my TBR. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week. I do plan to vlog this too, so if there's anything that you'd like to see me vlog about, let me know. We're pretty much staying home, like I think most people are, so it will probably just be reading updates, but it could be fun. So, all right, see you next time. Also, if you're doing Summerween, let me know in the comments below, and I will come and check out your TBR too, because that would be fun. Okay, love you, bye!